Erudia, an ancient land where gods walk among men. A living, breathing high fantasy world that we want to put into your hands. But we cannot do this alone. In order to bring you back to what tabletop is all about, combat, exploration, adventure, we need your help to bring it to life. By supporting us on Patreon, you can support this project and the cast of Moonskull, with our promise that we will answer to the only people that matter. You. Legend Seeker. Your legend starts here. Forge your path. Shape your destiny.
Hello, people of Tuesday. It is I, Frost. Burned out completely, just brain dead right now. It's been a crazy day. But I'm here, and I have my mug with my mug on it, and I'm drinking a tasty, very, very rich cup of coffee, basically a latte. With zero hot sauce in it right now. But I'm here to work on lore for the world of Legend Seeker. The Godlands, specifically, part of the world of Erudia. It is going to be the first setting guide and the main setting guide for the RPG system that Erudia is working on. And I got a message, and I'm checking to see what it is. It is... I don't know what that is. That is a message from an unknown program. So whatever. Wooden cats. I might write something. Right. I mean, yes, I'm writing. I am actually rewriting a couple of things. And I'm looking at a message to find out. Oh, where did I put it? Where is that message? Here is the message. Okay. Oh, right, there we go. I'm getting right into it. I'm going right into it. If I'm quiet at any point, it's because I'm totally focused. It's not because I'm ignoring you people. You wonderful, wonderful people. Oh, I was going to rant some more about polos. Oh, yeah, the vestigial collar that makes it look like you're trying to be formal, but you couldn't quite muster up the courage to put on a whole, vest and tie. Why does that look professional? I don't know. People think a collar looks more professional than a t-shirt. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, it's technically, I suppose, more professional than a tank top. I suppose. Now, if you did the Izod thing and you popped your collar, then all bets are off, man. All bets are off. Oh boy, I typed some of those words. Right. Wonderful people, it's only me. Hail, the Grand Visit, the fantastic, sarcastic, and nugget smiles. Mr. Shadow Warden. Relics. We'll say relics. We'll use the word relics. That's a good thing. Tower of the Anchor is a remote school dedicated to learning not only to defend us against dark magic, but also the study of dark objects. We'll say forbidden. Forbidden law to keepers. Well, I think it'll work. The tower's become an unofficial training ground for a society of mage hunters, those who hunt down magi who have fallen under the sway of the mana stream. Set. Been capitalizing it. Apostates who delve too deeply into the forbidden lore of the keepers. Those people. Woofers is 6 months old today. Woo! Nice. Chip it away. We'll say hostile magic. Hostile magic. We'll go with that. Competitive dueling. There we go. It got to you. Did you partake in an illicit substance recently? I did. I had Spam for lunch. It's canned. Most people don't deal with it. Don't know about her, though. Who knows? Gotta see, was he there on my edge of my coffee cup? All right. We got that. We got that. What would be kind of fun to have for the item here? Yeah, we'll go with that. Huh. Hmm. Why is that? Doesn't want a comma? Why does it want a comma there? Feels better with a comma. I don't know. Sometimes these stupid autocorrect and suggestions are just so wrong. How much insight the wielder almost entirely from the corrupting effects of the mana stream. Capital, whoops. Capital mana. Capital stream. All right, and we'll save that there. What do we got here? Exactly. Spam, 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 spam. Wonderful spam. Who the hell eats spam willingly? I do. Yeah, and I fried it up. I fried it up and then fried it up with some eggs and scrambled it on into them. Well, marbled eggs. They weren't scrambled, but yeah, I mean, it has the consistency of soft ham, and it's kind of salty. It's like, it's basically kind of like deli ham-ish, but in little chunks. It's it doesn't have quite the same texture, but it's not bad. Not bad. And I did buy another kind. I bought a tin of Korean barbecue spam, which I'm going to try after I get rid of the first can. Finish that off. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. When my uncles used to eat it, he'd just be out in the garage or wherever he was working. He would just have a spoon. He'd just open a tin up and he'd just have a spoon or a fork in it. He'd just eat it. Can't judge you. I eat bologna sandwiches and white bread with mustard. Hey, when I was a kid, if we didn't have meat or anything, we had bread around because we had a lot of bread usually because we made bread for farmers markets to sell. Slice of bread, mustard. There was the snack. Old people would eat the government cheese like spam, it seems. Hey, when I was a kid, government cheese. We had the blocks of cheese. We also had the big cans of chicken, canned chicken, like the number 10 size cans. It was literally just canned chicken meat. It was shredded, and my mom would make chicken cacciatore with it. All right, let's see. I gotta look up this word. Excuse me. Yeah, it makes a decent chicken salad. It does. It does. Because when I was a kid, even though we had very little money, on our birthday, we would get to choose what the meal was for everybody for dinner. And usually I would just have spaghetti, partly because I knew it was cheap and my mom could make a lot of it for very little money. And we could, have a bunch of meatballs if we were lucky. But honestly, I just loved, sorry, I got a big gouge down my back because one of my cats decided to try and walk on my shoulders, and he is heavy and he slipped. He's a fool of a took. It's Pippin. My cat Pippin loves going on my shoulders, and he is not a small cat anymore. Anyway, so I would get spaghetti, and occasionally that spaghetti would become chicken cacciatore over spaghetti if we had the chicken. Unlike my youngest brother, who was a bit of he became a chef. When he had his breakfast or his dinner, he always wanted to have shrimp if he could, which was not cheap, especially in the 70s. Oop, how about I delete all those W's I actually put in there? Whee! And he had to have a German chocolate cake with German chocolate frosting and blah, blah, blah. Huge thing. Mine was angel food with some vanilla ice cream. I was quite boring with that. Grapes and almonds in there. Oh, yeah. Get yourself a little Waldorf. Sanity and he should can't be named on the channel anymore. My sanity is long gone. Did you have indoor plumbing as a child too? So we had indoor plumbing. A couple of the farms that we lived on when I was very young had an outhouse still, in addition to a single bathroom that was indoor plumbing. Now, we had friends who we go to their farm and work and doing stuff. They did not have indoor plumbing. Their indoor plumbing was literally kind of that sort of a drop toilety thing in the house, which was gross. Hated it. That's why I'd just go out to the outhouse and just be like, whatever. Or I'd just go walk in the woods. Just like, nope, I'm out. I think that's a good beginning of this one. Let's see. Because Erudite asked me a question about this tower, and I'm kind of reworking this one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where to put this. Can I put another paragraph in here to talk about this? I don't think I can put that paragraph there, though. I could. Here we go. Yeah, don't forget. When you're writing the word shifting, don't forget the F in it. Changes the entire feel of a sentence. Oops. Well, I still find it fascinating. There are areas of Europe that are people die because they don't have air conditioning, and more people die from lack of air conditioning than people die in the United States from guns. And they're still like, "Oh my god, hey, I got an idea. Install an air conditioner." I'm just saying. Leave the F off. Yeah, I'll take that out. We'll just leave that. That'll be fun. So near this tower is a complex labyrinth of shifting corridors that the teachers use to test their students' progress against hostile magic wielded by phantom enemies, as well as magical traps and minor curses. Okay. Well, the spells are non-lethal. Students are often injured, and the teachers find this realism helps hone people's reactions. Let's see. Minor injuries and just found this realism helps hone their people's reactions. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to send their magic students into a complex labyrinth of shifting corridors that the teachers use to test their students' progress against hostile magic wielded by phantom enemies and magical traps, as well as minor curses? Though the spells are non-lethal, students often suffer minor injuries and short-term residual effects. The teachers find... I'll make these two... or I'll make them two sentences. Teachers find this realism helps hone their pupils' reactions. And... there we go. Glimpse. So the other thing I have to do, the other reason my brain is a little burnt out here is I am doing an interview with I guess a website or a magazine or something tomorrow about my early career and early work at the company I work at. That they sent me a battery of questions, and I was reading them, looking at them, going, because the PR guys are like, "Are there any of these you don't want to address or we shouldn't address?" And I'm going through those with a fine tooth comb, but I'm like, some of the stuff they're asking me about is like 30 years ago. Like, oh, got to think about that. They have free healthcare. They'll be fine. Exactly. They'll be fine. Don't complain. It'll grow back. It'll grow back, right? Get a little power in it. Boop. There we go. Power. Okay, we got that one done. Boom. How do I want to rewrite? Do I want to rewrite that one? I think I'm going to leave that one alone for now because I've rewritten a couple of the towers since I wrote stuff on stream, and I'm going back to some of them. It's kind of fun. Can I remember that far? I can. It's just, yeah, there's certain things that they asked. I'm like, how did we do? Wait, how did we come up with that idea? And I'm one of the only people still at the company from back then, so I can't even ask these other people because some of them I've lost touch with. Oops. And I have no idea if they'd even remember. So they might not. Yep. All right. I want to say amongst. Just re-editing some of these sentences here. A dam of silver vines set with precious onyx and white moonstones. Yeah. I'm going to highlight this because I have to come back to that. All right. I got to read through some more of these other entries because I set myself a little task of kind of revisiting these things. So it's going to be interesting for you guys because I'm going to be discussing things in my head here. All right. 8 towers. More people become cast. Okay, that gets the point across better. Scrooge delving into the secrets of the keepers. Yeah. Work together to craft special magical relics, one for each of the methodologies tied to and intended to represent their legacies of the coming generations of magical students. Their magnificent labors completed. Bearing the artifacts proudly, they began to discuss how best to convene such a grand college. Okay. Sending vibes. Hello, Booker Smoke. Ah, you discovered from the Call of Cthulhu campaign. Ah, excellent. Are you watching the current Call of Cthulhu campaign or our previous one? I'm curious which one you're on. But this is the lore for the world that the Legend Seeker RPG sits in. It is being worked on and created by Erudia. I'm working on it as well, and so is Moss. And this is the lore for Erudia. The specific area of the world is the Godlands, where, well, the gods used to walk amongst the people, this portion of the world, and kind of the cradle of the beginning of their civilization, and where most of the God Killer War took place. And now it is 1,300 years past that. So society is kind of coming out of what you would consider like the Dark Ages after the fall of the Roman Empire. So this is the lore of that world. How much did these guys and the other guys get into fights? Which guys? Which guys, Dragon? Which guys? There are so many guys. So many guys to fight. Because that is where the tower is. boop, boop. Tower of the Anchor is up here. The current one. Ah, okay. So you're getting to see Klaus getting jailed. Oscar basically just being a rich dilettante who isn't all that useful to most people. Or being an insane maniac. Daphne just coming along and taking pictures and writing about it, and Yang occasionally attacking the doctor and occasionally attacking the enemies. Tower guys and the Veil guys. So the Tower guys and the Veil guys do get into fights, and they specifically, these guys at this tower, hunt down apostate mages and magi who have fallen to the madness of the magic or the mana stream. So they specifically, these the Tower of the Anchor, they have an unofficial mage hunting group that goes after them. Now, the Brotherhood of the Gilded Veil is not all out there and numerous, but they fight their lackeys all over the place and fight their forces. So they gotta fight. They gotta punch each other in the face. Oh, wait, no. They gotta fireball each other in the face. That's how wizards do it. I would know. Nice argument. Unfortunately, fireball. Or, more likely, ice storm. Seem to play seemingly mentally unstable characters. Yay! Wait a minute. What are you saying? I have a lot of fun playing all kinds of weird characters. I think my character in my private game with Erudia on Thursday nights is relatively stable. He's just a mean bastard. Godwin is totally stable. Yeah, I don't cast Fireball. It's meh. Too blasé. Ow. Ice Storm. That's where it's at. Okay. Looking at this to see. That is connected there. Okay, and that's the mile fort. Okay. And currently what I'm doing at the moment is I'm going through some sections here and rewriting bits because they need to be kind of honed, kind of fixed a little bit, given some of the new information that we've come up with. And I'm writing about the 8 towers that teach different types of magic. Not like classes. They don't teach, oh, this is the Abjuration Tower. The Tower of Dusk is, well, they're dedicated to fighting the undead, so they do some really weird things, like sending their students down into their camp down here that's near the Whitewood and basically have them capture and bring undead back to the tower for them to experiment and fight against so they can learn how to best destroy the undead. So they have some interesting habits. This is becoming more unstable. Well, unstable characters can be entertaining as long as they're unstable in a good way and not just randomly killing other people in the party. Just saying. Let's see. It's one part to call like-minded students all across the Godlands, but Erudia itself. Okay. Of insight. Oh, come on, work. You don't need to bug me right now. It's no. Wait, why is it telling me there's a meeting? No, I declined that meeting. Let me click on this button again. Yeah, there we go. Send him a message. I am not coming to the meeting. So there. Fine. All right. That's terrific. Yeah, well, you got to have targets to test the magic against, right? The wizard's capturing zombies. The wizard. I did. I told them I don't need to be there because one of my guys is in the meeting. So I delegated that one. So there. Go that way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bookish Monk. The link that was just popped in there by Streamlabs if you ever want to play a game with Erudia on Start Playing, he runs paid games over there. So if you ever want to throw some cash his way and jump into a game with him, you can game with some of these people. Sant and Dragon Noodle Soup playing them as well. And they occasionally have their characters obliterated by him. Right, Chrysanth? Inside of the school and tell yourself make it really difficult for casters to access the manuscript. Okay. So that wording still works. Let me look at one other thing in my notes here. Yeah, this still that will totally be fine. It's vague enough that it covers it. Got it. What is this? Occasionally, you don't want me in a fantasy setting. I would use mass teleportation to land zombies in enemy camp. Boop. You got 3 characters with Erudia, and all 3 are currently completely at his mercy. Well, maybe you need. Dave has died twice in our campaign. Well, Dave likes killing his characters. He wants everybody's characters to die all the time, everywhere, all the time. I think he thinks that makes a good adventure. You gotta have random death. So walk into those pits. Okay, he also makes some bad decisions and occasionally fails dodge rolls. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I think he just wants to die. When he's not playing pickleball. Right. So yeah, this is the part I'm working on here. Located in the North Hills of Valar, near the border of Silvermond, this tower is dedicated to the study of necromancy, not primarily the practicing of it, though that does occur, but rather the methods for controlling and destroying undead. Mistress who founded the tower felt that first-hand experience with one's foe was crucial to being able to defeat them, so her students all know the basics of summoning minor undead to use as targets of their magics. Some work on a narrow focus, specializing in dealing with certain undead. Others focus on the methods of turning and destroying all matter of minor monstrosities. Yep. And these towers aren't just wizards. So, like, this tower has paladins, clerics, wizards, witches, all kinds of people who are fascinated by the pursuit and the plague that is on death. The student body at the Tower of Death is varied, though often viewed as quite dour given their subject matter. Students are often tasked with scouting into and securing test subjects from the Whitewood, as the tower requires a prodigious number of animated foes for their students to fight against. More than it is feasible to simply summon. The school maintains a fortified camp on the eaves just a day south. This is where the scouting parties rally and gather before either heading into or returning from the wood with their subjects. Tomix, so Frost is written, and so shall it be. Yes! Hello, Tomix. I like that. Hello, woo! Woof. No, you don't get no curse shield. Well, you can have a curse shield, but just wait until you find out what it does. Just wait. Playing Warhammer 40k Wrath and Glory. Oh. Oops. Good job. Make your DM mad. Do it, Dave and Moss do. And Leylines. And just say those 2 magic words to him. It'll all work out. All things will work out. Hey, Tomix, what was that game that you were showing the screenshots of? I was confused. I'm assuming those are water pipes for watering plants. Sounds like a horrific idea in the 40k universe. Yes. Yes, it does. Tower of the Black Moon, the Tower of the Silver Moon. We'll see. Duration of the tutelage. Okay. No balls, exactly. It was Hydroneer. Okay, yeah. I thought it was Hydroneer, but I didn't realize that for some reason I thought Hydroneer had like more comic booky looking tractors and stuff. Did it used to? Because the pipes look still cartoony, but that tractor didn't. A tractor just looks like a tractor. Maybe I didn't look at the screenshot well enough. No, it's still, I mean, it looks like a tractor. Tractor? Yes, it's a truck. Yeah. No, I think I owned that. Didn't I? I think I bought that. I don't remember. Pretty cartoony. Maybe I was thinking of a different game too that was even more. Oh, maybe I was thinking of that other one that I was playing. Oh my gosh, what was it called? Where I was growing stuff. It wasn't Solar Punk, and it wasn't the one with the big moving track thing, like the Jawa track thing. What was it called? It was very cartoony and light, and I was going around the whole area, finding things and coming back to the main base. Plants and runes and stuff like that. I don't remember what it was. Lightyear Frontier? It might have been, because that was the one where I'm in the big robot or suit, whatever it is. I think it might have been Lightyear Frontier, yeah. But that's kind of a more bright cartoony, isn't it? It's nothing compared to the digging a hole in your backyard game, right? I was playing Manor Lords last night because I just needed something to do that was totally different. And I'm like, I know there's been a lot of updates, so I'm going to update this and hop back in it and try it. And I was going around doing stuff and then realized that it takes so long to plow a damn field because I only had one ox that by the time winter came, I was still plowing the field. And then the winter ended and it went to fallow. And then I went to say, no, I don't want it to be fallow. I want it to have rye. And it said, oh, okay, well, you get to replow it. Like, oh. And so I got it plowed by July. Like, holy cow. It was just one field of rye. So it's going to be a while before I ever get any rye growing or any kind of anything growing, I think. Ugh. You see this here? Writ of trade. It gives me the right to interact with Xenos as I wish and the God Emperor's blessings. I don't know. I got pretty deep in some of those holes. Hello, Cajun Corey. Speaking of going deep in holes. Wait. Oh, yeah, I learned the size of the field and the shape make a big difference. So, yeah, I have basically pretty much it's just a rectangle. It's a little narrower on one end. And it covers an area that is the greenest area in my whole map that is fertility for rye. So it's long. It's a long field. It's almost as long as my village. Not quite. My village isn't very big. But I'm like, oh, well, because they said you have to have a huge field to actually make it work. So I'm like, all right, we're going large. Oops. The rectangle is bad. How dare I make a field in a rectangle? Where is bad? Yeah, it's narrow. It's kind of like wider on one end and narrower on the other. So it's kind of like a sort of a. Is that a rhombus? Not quite a rhombus. Not quite. Hope our druid gets tsunami at some point. I have an axe that magically cuts trees. No one use tsunami to ship lumber. What? What are you talking about? You guys can't do trade? This isn't a shopping stream? Oh, wait, maybe it is. Maybe it is. While we're chatting here, I'm just reading through these entries. Wow, Cajun Corey, that's horrible. Because the way they plow there is downtime as they walk from one end to the other, so having a thinner, longer field makes the ox more efficient. Yeah, I watched them moving because the people were going across the field this way, like plowing back and forth across the shorter length, and then the ox is like, "Oh yeah, hold my beer," and goes all the way down, all the way down. But if there's like a square up here, they'll still go all the way down. It's like, what are you doing? So, I don't know if I'm going to demolish that field and make a new one or something, but I'm relearning everything in the game anyway. So, rectangular fields can be about 2 acres in size. Ooh, I should look and see how big mine is. Legitimately, my character is getting everything she needs to become Paul Bunyan. All right then. Yeah, Genix. Wow. Your great nephew turned 1 today. Nice. Wait, is that part of a joke? I'm waiting for the joke part. Or is this real? Is this a real thing? All right, let's see. Students who come to study at the Tower of the Black Moon. Let me check one thing here. Because this Tower of the Black Moon is above Elysium in the Kirk. So yeah, Tower of the Black Moon. Studies and voluntarily submit. Where to dedicate themselves or studies, voluntarily submit to be magically collared for the duration of tutelage. Collar, which can kill them if they stray too far from the tower grounds, is meant to symbolize the danger that the mana stream presents to the untrained in the wider world, but also to keep students in check once they learn some of the darker secrets tower instruction reveals. Okay. Waiting for the penny to drop. Is anything real? Atomics, yeah, maybe. Maybe not. I'm real-ish. You know. Okay. Austere Tower and Grounds is nestled. I guess it's nestled in the foothills north of Elysium, a windswept and fruitless place that not even the nearby giant clans bother entering. Dedicated to studying the transformative effect magic can have on the world, students here learn all manner of lore on the more fell were creatures and shape changers of Erudia, as well as the application of such magic. More than one student is a were creature themselves. And the side benefit for some is that while collared, they cannot willingly or unwillingly transform. There we go. Indeed, one of the professors here is a were creature himself, who has remained collared. Those days of the student are far behind him. Rumors persist that the tower is built over a shrine to Grix and the Black Moon, though no one can identify or no one can testify as having ever seen such a thing. It's because they're not looking in the right place. In fact, its use is not entirely understood by any other than the current and former headmasters of the tower. Okay, there we go. I rewrote that. I'm just hoping I can find a way to turn that axe into a halberd. Just make a longer stick. Done. Mount Sidabras is this little mounty mountain here. All right, so this is the one overseas Greenhaven, the King's Wold, Farraga. You can kind of see over towards Dunveld and Dunholm, all the way down into Austin, over into Senna's Fall, possibly even Göteborg. Can't ask questions with a halberd. No. Basically, all you can do is poke people. Poke, poke, poke. And nicknamed to tears. Kika, the substance has been used to transform lead into gold, heal those on their deathbed, and even do such mundane things as change one's hair color. You understand how the artifact works, and more than one expert has fled the tower in despair as decades of research seemingly get turned on its head. Oh, Kika, you're such a tease with your magic. Hey. All right, Tower of the Black Moon, Tower of Silver Moon. Okay, there we go. Let me halberd you something. I'll allow it. I think it works. Like point counterpoint. I don't know if it's a safe counterpoint. Probably a very dangerous counterpoint. Vlad the Impaler. Where there was that thing that I put in memes a while back that was people saying good neighbors make, or good fences make good neighbors. And his response was, just a bunch of people impaled, implying that neighbors make good fences. Good hail, Bert. Hail, Bert. Wow, Shadow Warden. Really? Wow. How dare you? Academic magic. Gross. Folklore witches. Oh, Dragon Noodle. If only you understood that what this was is not academic magic. This is people trying to teach their students how to deal with the corruption of the mana stream in their own way. And they did not agree with the other wizards who decided they were going to do this after the God Killer War. And they all split off because they all knew better and all decided to teach their own way. So when the paladins and the clerics who go to the Tower of Dusk are very dour individuals who are like, I'm going to learn about how to fight undead, with all the other people who are there learning how to fight the undead. And then hauling the undead in cages back to the tower to study a very specific specimen. You know, fun things like that. So why did that get changed to an Energon Cube? Is that just a YouTube thing, or was that a channel thing? Wow. You guys are horrible with these puns. Oh, Tomix, I just caught yours too. I missed it at first. Dang it. I'm making all the noises right now because sharpen, take a breath after all that. Changed it to a shield for some reason. Oh, is that what that's supposed to be? Oh, it is kind of a shield. It looks like an ice cube. I guess you're protecting everybody. Aren't you happy? You're now not just a wrench, you're a protector. Wow. I'm looking for something to cry into. No. Actually, I'm looking to quickly blow my nose slightly because the eye drops I have finally are draining down through my sinuses of my left eye. Normally, it's my right eye. So, wow. That took a while. That's been like an hour. More than an hour since I put those in. Huh. All right. Anyway, the Veil guys are more congruent than the tower. Well, the Veil guys are mostly insane fanatics who think they know better than everyone else and are trying to just get power no matter what. and they definitely aren't. They aren't in league with one another properly either, because they have their different temples down here that are all horror stories in and of themselves. Alu, Rabisu, and Bashmu. I can't wait for people to get to adventure and go to those places. Oh boy. Oh boy. Because I did a little more writing on those. And I think this one is Alu is the one that is a little less. This is takes what the people were doing at the Tower of the Anchor to the nth degree with the Keeper's power. Because this is one of the long abandoned temples of unveiling, which they call their temples. It's a shrine of Quietus incarnate. The Brotherhood sought to understand the gods and keepers' abilities to suppress or negate other powers here. Here they created many spells and artifacts that could interfere with other magics and powers, and where they created the horrific weapon that sterilized the dwarves. A massive and ancient stone ziggurat whose peak barely rises above the jungle's canopy, Alu's peak holds a giant piece of enchanted obsidian, similar to the other temples of unveiling. It's unbreakable, with ragged edges sharper than a razor. Do you understand even a portion of what purpose these volcanic glass monoliths may serve? That is the least horrifying of the three. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because there's going to be somebody who's like, what? Let's go look. I want to touch it. It'll probably be Dave. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing. Because as we all know, Dave likes to touch stuff. But who knows? Might be Crescent. He might just say, I'm tired of life. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, wait. Blacksmith overcharges way close. Oh, Chef No Farms ban. Oh, you grown but in rowdy, you know your night phones are still funny. You could say your defense is ironclad. The only one protecting us, isn't that the same as death? Hold still, I'm trying to ask you a question. Chrysanta's a joust mod. I tried swords, but it didn't pike them. Talk about cutting edge. And you did it, guys. You got her. You got her. Yeah, I think you're right, Tomix. I think that's not allowed on YouTube. Probably an iffy subject. Why am I getting just pinged constantly with work here? I've got what is going on? Oh, hey. Wait, this is actually critically important. I gotta check this and see. Okay, that is good. Boy, I'm gonna have to answer that in a little bit. Just gonna help to hold here for a moment. Okay. Right. I am going to. I really got to answer this. I got to get these people because we're locking down a build testing tonight, so I got to do something. So what I'm going to do is put you in Be Right Back, because I can't give you chair stream because I'm going to be in the chair facing those machines over there in my dev kit. I'll be right back. You whatever wizardy waiting music you want to have in your head. Girl from Ipanema? right. Not only did I check work and have to do that, I heard pattering at the door, and certain kitty cats, like, oh, I don't know, this one, ta-da, and that one, are all like, hey, we're coming in. I'm like, oh, son of a gun. So now I've got 4 cats down here with me all of a sudden. Dang it. Hi. All right. Oh, not the BRB screen. Yes. I had to answer a critical work thing since we're locking down a build right now. But the park got arrested for lootering. For that, what are you paying for? The BRB screen, of course. Never replied. Sangria, Santeria, whatever. Yes, there are 4 of them down here right now, and they're all snacking on food and drinking water out of their fountain and circling me like sharks, so it's crazy. Yeah, so I'm fixing up a couple of things about the towers. I just finished rewriting the entry for the Tower of the Anchor, including the stuff that we talked about, you know, safely studying dark relics and fighting against evil magics and the mana stream and curses. And in fact, they have an underground labyrinth there that's magical that they test their students in, often resulting in minor injuries and light curses that linger for a while but can be cured. He rubbed catnip over himself. Oh gosh, no, I would never do that. How did the wizard survive? Well, they're going to be coming back because once they have their snack, which is weird because there's food outside. There's food on the back patio, there's food on the deck, and there's food on the front covered porch, and water in all 3 places as well. But then they come into the basement and they're like, hey, yes, what's there? What would you like? Do you need to reveal your handsome big old face to everybody? Is this what I'm hearing, Wolfie? Okay. He's like, yes, I must be seen. There, a wolf. Wolfie the cat. Hello, buddy. Can I get a meow? No? He's just all happy. He's just happy to be up in my arms. So he's like, this is where I must be. Thank you. Hi. You're a good cat. And you have a huge burr in your fur here. Get that out. So I'm thinking also, in addition to that, that they also do a lot of competitive dueling at that school. So they probably have specific spells they can use against one another, and they try them out. I think it'd be fun. Wolfie! Cold food? Yeah, they want the cold, warm food. Wait. Wish you could bring your cat to work. It'd be kind of nice, but also probably a lot of fur in the computer. Hi. Would you sit down? Thank you very much. Yes, sit. Okay, I'm about to go back to typing. Yes, I need my arm. Thank you, sir. No, I don't need 2 cats in my lap. Okay, I'm going to have 2 cats in my lap, evidently. Oh my gosh. All right. Luckily, it's a big cat and a slightly smaller cat, so it's only about 30 pounds a cat. 30 cat pounds. All right, I basically have all those done. The last one I'm going to rework here is some stuff at the Tower of the Sword, but also a couple of other things. And I just realized that I never gave you the names of those, did I? In our chat. Let me do that quickly. Let me do that before I forget. Let's go here. Ow. He's digging his little claws into me. Hi, Wolfie. Yes, I know. Every time I say your name, you're like, yay, that means I'm happy and I'm going to dig my claws into your leg. Every time I say his name, I hurt myself. Do you need to do that? Do you really need to? Do ya? Do ya? And then once I get done, I'll save the document back over to the other folder so you can actually see it. Yeah, that one. Hello, Wolfie. Ow, I made a mistake. I said it again. I said it again. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, that's weird. And Tower of the Sword, yes. Boop. All right. And those names are subject to change. So, E. Thank you. That's my flesh, sir. Uppy Coopy by Jonesy at work. People, you're at jobber animals enough. I don't need the extra headache. Nice. Shoved in a noisy room with no phone and covered in coolant and thermal paste with hauling on 90-pound equipment and work these days. Oof. Jonesy was friendly to her owner. Guy who's slow that won't stop telling you about his bedroom activities with his wife. You should just tell him, wow, we do totally different stuff. I mean, that might get you punched. But still, it'd be funny for a second, wouldn't it, Wolfie? Dang, Frost, what? I'm just thinking. Yes. Charlie, I can't have you up here while I have these two on my lap. I cannot have three. I cannot have three of you on my lap. I cannot. It will not work, sir. All right, so we got those. I got these saved. And I'll let you guys all know that depending on what they answer me back for a couple of these questions, I just had to ask them for the things they asked me. I may have to take off slightly early to fix this thing, but I'm hoping not. I'm hoping my guys don't have to get, or I or my guys don't have to get involved because it's technically not something we broke. Hi. But that doesn't mean we won't have to fix it. Because the cutoff for changes was technically an hour and 15 minutes ago. So you know what that means. Fixes are still coming in. Hey, buddy. Yes. Yes, you all have lovely fangs. Oh. Benji, why did you jump down there and scare the heck out of him? Why did you do that? Oh, what are you guys doing? They're like having a knockdown, drag out playfest? I don't know what they're doing. Whatever. You guys have fun. Just now they're all off my lap. All right, so I've gotten the towers placed. The only one I have not placed so far is the Tower of the Sword. And I'm not putting it anywhere in Kiru because that makes absolutely no sense. So I'm kind of toying with the idea of putting it somewhere near the coast of the Soul Spires over here, near the Heart Grove or near one of the other places. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be near Port Mika, but it could. And I don't really have one on the coast, except for the actual Tower of Insight, but it's kind of in hills. So the other option is, like I said, putting it somewhere in here, but we've already got the Tower of the Silver Moon in Fryland. So it could be somewhere along down here. Not far from Half. It's just, it would be really hard to get to. It's quite a journey to get down here. I don't know if it makes the most sense, because that's not the most important area to have something like that. Still thinking about this one. Still thinking about it. Have not 100% lined that one up in my head. Put one on your shoulders? No, that's how I ended up with the holes in my shoulders. Basically, shift change rules. Hi. Oh. Your nose is healing, Charlie, but you still got a little bit of a scab there. Is it okay? I cleaned it off yesterday. It looks pretty good. It looks much happier. How about that? Your poor little nose. He got a big scratch on his nose. From playing around mightily with something. I don't know what it was. What, are you coming up on my lap again? I'm trying to focus on this stuff. Because the Tower of the Sword is a little bit more about offensive magics and war magic and breaking through defensive barriers and all that stuff, and really digging in deep and utilizing their power. So, which is not to say it can't be creative, because I mean, even a sculptor uses a blade to chip away at things. Hi, welcome to Up. Welcome to Up. I'm gonna move my leg here, so you go ahead and stand there. Oh, okay. You're gonna purr. You're gonna purr for us up here. Come here. All right, buddy. Big floofy self with your scratched up nose, your happy little ears. Where do you think it should go, Charlie? Where do you think we should put the Tower of the Sword? Do you think we should have it near a front? You should have it near a place where they can practice and not damage anything, like Soul Spires? What do you think? What do you think? Where would you go? Where would you put your Tower of Magic where people fight? Where would it be? This is Charlie. This is Charlie. He's my big floofy. His coat gets so matted, I have to use a little RAZOR, an electric thing, to go round and take some of it out every winter, because he just gets so matted so quickly. Unlike most of the other cats, and he hates it, which is why I say the word the way I say it, because when I spell it, he doesn't know what I'm talking about. You were having a bunch of fun screwing me up at Mike the other day. Tower handles food and healing magic. Well, the Tower of the Phoenix does healing and transformative magic and second chances and all that kind of stuff, but not necessarily food per se. Multiple familiars, exactly. Yeah, I get a free 5 points of mana for each. I'm swimming in mana. Swimming in the mana. There you go, buddy. All right, so I'm thinking that maybe I will end up putting this tower somewhere down along the coast near Howth, so they can travel in and out of the Soul Spires through the little mountain passes from the coast, and they can go in there and deal with creatures and cast spells and do destructive things without actually breaking anything. What do you think, buddy? What do you think? You think that's a good idea? I think it's a good idea. He's like, yes, you're very loud at purring. You are such a happy cat. My gosh, you're purring loudly. It's a little hard for everybody else to hear because you're not near the microphone, but other than that, you're fine. All right, we're going to put it there. Yes, I'm trying not to touch your nose, but you love being scratched along your snoot. Trying not to hurt it. Labels. Where is my other one? Oop. Grab that one. Grab the settings. Put it down here. All right, can I type, or are you going to go crazy and want to bite my hand? And there he goes, chewing on my fingers. All right, Tower of the Sword is going to be there. Yes. Hello, kitties. Hello. You're all happy. You're all happy cats. All right. So Tower of the Sword is going to be there. No, what are you doing? I didn't need you to move. You're such a crazy cat. Every time I move, you're like, oh, we're doing the petting thing? Like, yeah, you could just lay there and relax. You can lay there and relax, Mr. Floof. My gosh. And if you have different names that you want for any of these towers, let me know. If you want them kind of more unified, or if you want them to have like names of certain creatures or something, or if we want to thematically name them differently. I was kind of giving them vague titles. So I guess we'll see. Who wished zoomies on Wolf? It was me, sorry. All right, Charlie, can you come back down so I can type some more? Thank you. Thank you, sir. If you don't want to sit, I'm going to put you down on the floor, okay? Please? Please? The other thing about Charlie is his tail is a whip. This thing will knock stuff off my desk. Won't it? Your tail is not a soft little kitty tail. It is like a steel whip. And he's just like, smack, smack, smack. All right. All right, buddy. I gotta set you back down on the floor. I'm gonna give you a snuggle real quick. I'm gonna give you a snuggle because you're a big floof, my buddy. But you're gonna go down because you can't sit still. You are an antsy little cat, an antsy little 6-year-old cat. Just a baby, I know. Okay, you stay down. Go find your brothers or your nephews or someone to torment. Okay, thank you. Let's see. That note and that note is taken care of. All right. So what I can do then is I have a note here for myself on the Tower of the Sword, but I'm going to make a couple of things here. You guys are doing, making all kinds of noise. Creation with purpose, sculpture creation by removing what's unnecessary, special in this sort of magic. There we go. We'll go with that. Searching, efficient and surgical in their approach. All right. I didn't want to forget that phrase for later. The zoomy vibes came through. No! Jumping on the walls and rolling around on the floor before running up and down the hallway. Oh, man. He's just staring at me. There are, you can ask Erudia, but there are ways to avoid using the mana stream as dangerously, but I mean, there are other creatures or people that just dig right into it, like the monks. They just shrug it off. But I don't believe that there's any plans for anything like that in the base game, as far as I know. Give them treats later. Nice. And I have a particular aversion most of the time to having people with pets that do stuff for them, because then the players are just standing there doing nothing, and they might as well just be playing a dog or something. But Erudia may feel differently. I got a nice picture of Calvino earlier, utilizing his wheel as a nap spot. Just completely splayed along it, like passed out. Yeah, if the magical creature goes insane, then that magical creature is no longer in the control of anybody, probably just like a character, and would turn on you and kill you. Or try to kill you. So that would be a particularly horrific and evil way to do magic. But there are people who do horrible things, and that's where we get into blood magic and other things. It's just a variation on necromancy, you know, horrifically evil approach to everything. Enslaving a creature and then driving it insane by forcing magic through it. You know, like the good guys do. Wait. Creatures lack the ability to cast spells, no somatic or verbal ability or concept of material components. Having a swarm living in your body when different from Brutus. Lick the goblin in the face. Lick that goblin! I don't think having a swarm living in your body is a good idea. Yeah, the witch does. The witch is the exception there. But it's got a very specific purpose in the witch. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, because I mean, realistically, there is absolutely no way around the danger of the mana stream in this world. You can mitigate it, but it's there, and it's aware. Technically, it's a spirit aspect of their patron, so it's a live from. Yeah, yeah. Dragons? Ah, dragons are just big old lizards that were made first. They have a very high opinion of themselves in the lore. Well, then again, so do the elves. They're just bipedal pink things. I guess kind of light pink creatures. They walk around doing elf things. Elf, 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 elf. You know, like the wolves walk around on 2 legs pretending they're humans. Business, business, business. Right. This one is about the llamas tree. Okay. Where would I put this? Take this out of here. And fix this. So I'll start here. That and do it again. All right, we're going to turn that off. Both destruction and creation with purpose. Surgical in their approach. Okay, that works. All right. Magical have innate abilities are different. That's much part of them is their teeth. Can I be a sentient witch hat that puppeteers dead bodies to fit in when going to towns with the goal of becoming a real human witch? Oh, no. Wow, Tomix. The built for it from creation. It's not the same as tapping into the stream to act beyond their natural limits. Yeah. And that's, I have to believe that if you get philosophical about it, the divine spark is the way a creature is created. Definitely made them either akin to or susceptible to the mana stream, because it's, you're thinking about it from the cosmological perspective. We don't talk about when the mana stream came about because it just was about, and it, yeah. Keepers? Did it trickle into existence? Wait, why would standing next to the creatures, being in their presence, drive you insane due to the mana stream? Which creature are you talking about? I'm a little lost. Don't talk about Mana Stream Club. Well, yes. Don't cross the Mana Streams. Let's see. LSCL, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I have to check this message. All right, I'll join this channel. I just got invited to another Slack channel. Okay, all right. Well, I don't need to worry about that. I wish they wouldn't do that while we're trying to do a build, but hey, you know, people do things. Did they just schedule a meeting on top of my meeting tomorrow? It did. I'm gonna have to send them a message. Anyway, generally know there's some creatures who game design is about giving you corruption. Yes, I think that's going to be fun. It's a fun thing to be able to have to keep track of, and based on the way that you have it on the character sheet right now, Erudia, it's nice that it's granular enough and has enough boxes that it can be played around with. It's not like, oh, you've only got 3 boxes, 3 strikes and you're out. It's a little larger, so that's a good thing. Not that you want people to be riding the ragged edge of stuff, but you know, this allows you to at least do stuff like I was talking about. Like if you hit a threshold, maybe it allows you to do something and you could try and ride that, but it could also cataclysmically go against you suddenly. Like, oh, look at me, I'm riding the ragged edge. I'm out here hanging out and doing all this stuff. And you're like, oh yeah, you just critically failed, or you had this horrible thing happen, and suddenly it like doubles the amount of corruption you have. And you're like, oh, no. And then you're falling down a deep pit of despair trying to get out of it. I think that could be fun. Creatures directly connected to the mana stream? I don't think these creatures are directly connected to the mana stream, but maybe I've not read something. Familiars allow you to go utilize things like that. I mean, if you're fighting a creature that is literally spawn of the mana stream, maybe, I suppose, but I don't know. That seems a little crazy. Who'd do that, Erudia? Oh man, he's gonna come up with corrupted Rudy Poos now. Aren't you, Erudia? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I mean you're using them as a filter, pretty much. You're like drawing and pulling magic through them if you're doing that, and the creatures are, they're just creature. Yes, those creatures are going to be fun. Little, lol, little Mortys that reek of corruption. Yeah, like the Rudy Poos of the underside. I think the under poos. Don't use that name, Erudia. That's a horrible name. But the underside version of the Rudy Poos should just be ravenous swarms that are scared of nothing and spread fear and corruption. One of the most horrifying creatures are like Zerg of the Underdark. There you go. Have fun. And no, they're not going to be called Little Mortys. No way. I'll sign off. I'll go to the glue factory. Underpoot. Yeah, as soon as I said it, I thought, well, he's gonna love that one. No. Absolutely not. Hey, did I tell you guys I'm going to be doing an interview with a magazine / website tomorrow? National, international press. I'm really good at this stuff in public. I say the best words. It's gonna be great. Denied. Oh, I'm the best at this. I am going to make so many awesome statements tomorrow. It'll be great. Oh no, he said OMG. Oh no, he just thought of something worse. Oh no. Be right back. Oh, everybody, I'm sorry. I realize that my actions have caused real harm to those in the audience and the world at large, and I apologize. I have no excuse for my actions, and I know you expect better of me. I will try to be better in the future. No, Erudia. Oh no. Well, this is what you guys came here for, right? At least comics and Dragon Noodle Soup did. I don't know about anyone else. I don't think Crescent did. Crescent did not sign up for this. Not exactly what I expected. This is within calculations. Ah, yes. I like it. Oh my goodness. Oh, by the way, I found out this afternoon when I made the spam and eggs that some cats absolutely think spam is the coolest thing in the world, and others will not go near it with the 10-foot pole. But I can't give him much of it because he's got so much damn sodium in it. So if I get any spam and I give him a taste, I'll have to get the low sodium version. I don't know. I guess they could be. We could call them Soupadurs. Oh wait, that's just Rudy Poo's backwards. I mean, not everything is diametrically 100% opposed, but they are kind of a mirror image. So they could be entertaining that way. They could just be these little fear casting swarms of little Zerg monsters that just swarm you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Erudia went quiet and I'm scared. Which one of you cats just walked past my foot? Ah, you guys are. Oh, it was not a cat walking past. It was two cats fighting by my feet. Excellent. He went dark. He went quiet. He's doing something. He is up to something. And it's not my fault. Crescent, it's okay. You're an adult. You'll be fine. You'll get through this. While that's happening, I'm looking at something quickly here. So let me check something here quickly. Felt Lord is conspiring against you. Right. If I click on that, it's that custom color. And this is where I'd have to go through and get the custom colors. I wonder why that custom color is not a. So I grab that. I go over here, and yeah, it's interesting because the color does not stay. All right. Well, I'll be going through doing all these anyway at some point, and just doing the custom color on them. But probably not today. Oh yeah. Underpoos are predators on the underside. They hunt their prey from the shadows, and upon finding a target, shriek to let all the other underpoos' dinner has been found, and then sprays a dark. Oh no! No! Well, you've cornered a specific market of the internet if you introduce these creatures. That's a lot of spray bottles. You might need a few more. Is that disinfectant or is that water, Chrysanth? I'm not sure. It should probably be bleach. Sulfuric acid. How many what's concentration there? How many moles is that? Ah, there you go. Even better. It's just lye. Warhammer Fantasy has cat shit demons. Yep. Yep. People, what are you going to do with them? Wow. Uh-huh. So I'm just keeping track of this thing. Hey, updates on this. What is it saying? Two combos around this. All right. Oh, is that not happening? Oh. I may have to hop off here. You know what disinfectant is good for? Ash cannon. It's real. Look it up. What was the name of the thing they gave in Thor Ragnarok? Satan's or the devil's anus? The wormhole they had to go through. Hello, Zerator. How you doing? Just some more inspiration for you. Wow. You guys are helping. You're doing something. All right. Well, the Tower of the Sword is going to be there. I guess I'm going to have to go talk to people about this real quick. Got about 15 minutes before other stuff. So I think I'm going to have to kick this pig. I'm going to have to kick the stream to the curb. No, I'm going to have to probably end a few minutes early here because I have to take care of one thing over at work before we lock this thing down. Because nobody else is responding right now. I was hoping I wouldn't have to respond. I was hoping I'd see that little "ooh" is typing and wait for that person, whoever they are, to finish typing, but nobody is typing. That's not good. Calvino uses bardic inspiration. He is sleeping on his cat wheel right now because that is what the cat wheel is for. It is not for moving and rolling and running around down here. It is literally a big old nap spot. And I know you guys can't really see pictures on my phone well, but this is him laying in the loop of the cat thing. He's in the Stargate right there. Just completely passed out. So, yeah. The other day he was completely loafed on it. He's like in a ring world. He just sits in the ring world. Like, this is fine. I love it. So, there you go. Fun. He is a big cat. You put your work phone away to avoid them? Ah, yes. If only I didn't have my work machine and all my dev kits and everything literally within arm's reach. So, I have to run off. If Erudia comes back and is like, where the hell did he go? Just tell him I had to go back and do a little bit of work really quickly. So, all right. I'm going to get out of here. I will talk to you all later. And I will see you again for more of this fun on Thursday. And yeah, we'll have some good times then too. We'll be I'm going to be hopping on to doing some other kind of work on naming a few of these other areas and talking about some battles and things that happen in certain spots. So it'll be entertaining. So I am going to get out of here. I'm going to go do some work, and then I'm going to go to my game. I'm assuming we're still playing. Nobody said we weren't. So I have a game in a little bit as well. It's going to be great. So underpoos. No underpoos. All right. I got to get out of here. Stopping a little bit earlier, Rudai. Have fun out there. I have to go do a work thing, but I will talk to you all Thursday. No underpoos. No. Santa will come for you. I'll talk to you later.